The next part of our Photoshop bootcamp is learning how to use the clone tool. For this one, we are going to download the dog picture from our image repair and resolution file. Going to right click, open link in new tab, go to the new tab and download. Let's see, I've downloaded this a couple times. Once I've got it downloaded, remember double clicking on it won't open it up in Photoshop. It just opens it up in Picture Viewer. So what I need to do is go to Photoshop. Sorry, I was playing with it already. And go to File, Open, find my image, probably in your downloads, and choose Open again. There we go. There's my puppy. To start, I'm going to unlock my background. Find your layers panel. If you don't know where it is, go up to Window and Layers, and it will pop up for you somewhere. I'm going to drag this out like I normally do. Clicking on the padlock to unlock my layer. And it's nice when you're editing an image to edit in a non-destructive way. So I didn't really do that with the patch tool, but for this one, I am going to do that. In order to edit my image in a non-destructive way, I want to make sure that any changes that I make to my image are done on a new layer. So what I'm going to do is click here on my new layer button, create a new layer. Now I have a new layer. I'm going to name it Retouch. There we go. From here, I'm going to go to my clone tool. It's over here. Clone stamp tool looks like a rubber stamp. What this lets you do, as the very handy dandy little demo shows, is paint with pixels from another part of the image. Remember, you choose your tools from your toolbar, and then across the top you have your tool options. We're going to pretty much leave these all at the default, but we are going to change our brush size and brush type. Depending on what you were working on last, your brush could be any size. The hardness and softness of a brush. So a soft brush will give you very fuzzy edges. Let me show you what that looks like. That's an example of a soft brush. You'll notice all around the edge here, very fuzzy. Versus a brush with 100% hardness, it's like using a hole punch. So what we want to do for this particular one is find something in between. I find that like 80 to 90-ish%, somewhere in there, that usually works pretty well. Let me undo my fancy dancy stamps here. 143, 88%. Okay. Now, the patch tool worked by replacing what you don't want. The clone tool works by adding or copying what you do want. And so I want more than one puppy. I want more than one puppy because it's better than having only one. With my tool selected, I'm going to hold on Alt on my keyboard and choose my puppy's nose. By choosing, I'm going to click. And I have a pretty big brush here, it's 143. After I've got my puppy nose chosen, I'm going to move to my retouch layer, move it a little bit away from the dog, and I'm going to paint. I can let go of my brush every once in a while, makes it easier. And you'll notice that as I'm painting on one side, the crosshair is following along on the other. So there's my first puppy. I'm going to make a second one or a third one. Going back to layer 0, back to my dog, going to hold down Alt and click, and I'm going to put this one over here. Kind of off the page, that's fine. Some puppy toes in there. Okay. So now I have, put them in the wrong layer. Did you see that? Now, there we go. my puppy there now. Okay, so there's my new puppy. I now have 3 puppies instead of just 1. But if you look, you can see it's pretty obvious. There's some rough edges here that make it really noticeable that there's like been a cut and paste job. So working on my retouch layer, I'm going to go to my eraser tool. Remember, choose your tool from your toolbar. Choose your tool options from across the top. For my eraser, I definitely want a softer edge. And I just click in and erase some of those very obvious marks. Right? This puppy is starting to blend in a little better. Over here, this one had a similar situation. Just going to go in and kind of clean it up so it's a little less obvious. And now I have 3 puppies. So please have your layers panel visible and take a screenshot of your 3 puppies. You can do more. You can do more than 3 puppies. If you're like, I want all of the puppies, you can do that.